there is this amazing wow effect when you have the Imalent MS03 at the ultra low, the lowest out possible, and then you hit the switch 2 times. Boom! This is fucking awesome. Hello YouTube! Flashlight Enthusiast here. You probably cannot tell how excited I am to review my first Imalent ever. I mean, I've never had encountered the Imalent flashlight before, and well, you can probably imagine how excited I was when Imalent reached out to me and asked me if I could review their bestseller product, the Imalent MS03. So I said yes, and Imalent sent me this one free of charge to review purposes. So I'm very thankful for that, Imalent. Thank you so much for sending me this one for review. So without further ado, let's start and show you the box. So as you can see, we've got the very detailed and nice quality picture of the flashlight itself at the front, so you cannot miss what you're actually holding in your hand. And then we've got the nice blue reflective Imalent logo here. On the other side, we've got the model and the scorching 13,000 lumens stats here. This is probably the key information about this flashlight, right? How many lumens it has. Obviously here's some serial number, and on the back of the flashlight we've got some key characteristics. So 13,000 lumens, the runtime, the claimed range, candela's performance, impact and water resistance, and some key bullets that will tell you in a nutshell what this flashlight can do. I have to say that the package is definitely visually very appealing, and you can tell that you are holding a premium product in your hands. Alright, so let's just open it up and see what we've got in the set. So first of all, you have to slide out this cardboard cover, and that will reveal actually the same identical box, as you can see. So we've got double layer of protection, and then we've got magnetic opening. How nice of them, I like it already. Okay, so as you can probably tell, we've got some yellow note, so you won't miss it. Congrats on your new Imalent. Some safety precautions, basic operations here, so power indicator switch and insulation film to be removed. So first thing first, we got the nice printed manual in different languages. As you can see, we've got 7 of them. Okay, so as you can see, the manual in English is just from here to here, so this is not as vast. You can probably read it in 5 minutes. We've got some nice runtime chart, some features, operation instruction, and some maintenance and warranty prompts. So overall, very nice and condensed manual. I like it very much. Alright, apart from that, we obviously got the flashlight, okay, but about it later. And we've got some accessories. As you can see, nice premium cardboard box. As you can see, this one, you can tell that Imalent pays a lot of attention to detail in this packaging. Okay, so apart from that, we also get some accessories. Okay, so we've got a holster, very nice quality holster, and inside you also have some accessories. Wow, definitely good. So let me fit the flashlight inside this holster. Okay, as you can see, this is not that easy to fit, but it is doable. Okay, what do we have here? As you can see, nice Imalent logo, QR code, and what do we have here? Okay, so we've got double O-ring replacement if you need one. One is bigger, one is smaller. We've got the lanyard adjustable with Imalent logo. Okay, nice quality here. Some soft fabric. Definitely pleasant to wear around your wrist. Very good. Okay, and we've got the quality USB to USB-C charging cable. I saw some versions of the packages that include also the clip, but I believe this one does not, apart from silica gel. So no clip, and I think it's okay. I don't mind having a clip, but without it I can also survive. Moving on to the flashlight itself. First things first, you have to remove the insulation fin. You can unscrew the flashlight only on the tail cap. The threads are super long. I haven't seen such threads for a while. As you can see, we've got some insulation cardboard, so make sure you remove this one before operating the flashlight, and then you can actually remove the battery to charge it. This is the 4000 mAh Imalent branded battery with USB-C charging port and obviously another layer of protection. So this cell is ultra long, so if you like to throw it in the charger, make sure that it can accommodate 78mm cells, because if not, you will have to stick to the built-in charging port. And let me tell you that this one is not that bad solution, because of the length of the cell. You can actually charge it via the included or any other USB-C charging cable. So when you plug the cable in, you will see that it has some green LED because this one is fully charged, but it will also display red LED in the same place when the battery is being charged, and it takes around 2 hours and 50 minutes to fully charge the battery with the current of a little bit over 1 amp. So this is not as fast as advertised. I believe it was 2 amps on the website, but on the other hand 3 hours or a little bit less for a 4000 mAh battery. This is not the bad rate. Let me show you the insides real quick. This construction is a little bit weird for me. I mean, you've got the flat button at the bottom there, some 2 lines of electrical contact that I don't know why they use it, probably to protect the flashlight from unauthorized batteries that will be, for example, flat top. Here we've got an extra thick spring designed for ultra high currents. This is definitely looking good. No bypass here like on the Fireflies, but I think it will do just fine. Look at the threads portion here. As you can see, these are square, a little bit thin under construction, but nice, well greased, and they serve their function really well. So let me just throw the battery in and show you basic operations. As you can see, the flashlight can be turned on even if the threads are not fully engaged, so this is something you should bear in mind. Tighten it very well, and now the flashlight is good to go, right? So the design is pretty unusual. It reminds me of the Nitecore MH20, for example, when a couple years ago I used to have one. So basically we've got the 21700 battery tube here, and then the head portion just extends much wider, and to accommodate the switch, the battery indicator, and obviously the 3 LEDs. Make sure obviously that you remove this plastic foil, because it will actually affect the beam pattern if you don't. So what we've got here is the 3 Nitecore XHP 70.2 LEDs to allow you the 13,000 lumen turbo output. As you can see, the reflectors are shallow, but they cover a certain amount of LED corners. This is what I've heard to actually remove the yellow corona of the LEDs because of these yellow corners of the LED construction, and I think it works just fine. So overall the flashlight quality is excellent. You can clearly feel the premium fit and finish of the flashlight. There are no sharp edges, the anodization is good. Obviously the design is quite specific, but I think this is this Imalent way of designing the flashlight. One thing I really don't like is the switch. I mean, I don't know why in such a premium product they use some cheap feeling metal switch that rattles under your finger, rotates freely, and actually gives you this cheap feedback. What I would like to improve is definitely the switch. Simple rubber or just maybe a little bit different feeling switch will be much better in my opinion. This one simply feels cheap. But apart from that, the flashlight is well made in an excellent way, so I have no other reservations here. We've got some nice engravings here to indicate the model, obviously the brand and max output, also the battery, 35 amps, so probably the Samsung 40T or similar. And we've got the battery indicator, smooth triple reflector, hardened glass with anti-reflective coating, and apart from that you can clearly see that this flashlight was intended to not to be open. So we've got glued threads here. The ring here, as you can see, is protected via this aluminum body to make it as hard as it only can be to unscrew and get to the LED board. So, well, not the easiest flashlight to mod, but why would you do that? Because this one is simply delivering an amazing output and performance just from the factory. Okay, so let me go through the UI real quick. One click on, one click off. Mind you that after the battery installation it will always turn on in the lowest possible mode, so around 150 lumens. Yes, this is the lowest mode in this flashlight, and I think if it's advertised as an EDC flashlight, well, maybe it should have a little bit lower output for the lowest lumen level, maybe around 5 lumens or 10 lumens. Moving on, one click for on, one click for off. Obviously you can hold the side switch to not enter the lowest mode, but to turn on the flashlight indicator so that you will know when the flashlight is in the dark. Hold again for 3 seconds to turn it off. And if you like to go to the lowest mode, because this flashlight features memory functions, so if you know what I mean, you are in the dark for a long time and you use other flashlights, and then you would like to go to the lowest mode because you don't know actually if you didn't left it in let's say highest or second highest. So normally you would hold the button to do it, but here you triple click and you go straight into the 150 lumens mode. So a little bit weird, but I appreciate that Imalent actually implemented this function in the flashlight. It is definitely useful. Why triple click? I don't know, but it is as it is. Alright, so when you have the flashlight on, you hold the side switch to adjust the brightness. So we've got 150, 800 lumens, then 1300. Little increase here, very little, almost unnoticeable. Then you've got 3000, 8000, and then double click for 13,000 lumens. This is so hot on my hand right now. Oh my gosh. Portable sun in my hands. Alright, let's hold the side switch to go to the lowest one. And I can feel the heat building up already. This thing is extremely compact for the output offered. So bear in mind this flashlight can get extremely hot. In my test even 65 degrees when left uncooled. So bear in mind that you might need gloves for the operation, continuous operation of this one if the environment is not cool enough. Okay. Another thing, you can go into the strobe mode, so double click for turbo and double click again for the strobe mode. Very fast, very disorientating. Well done. Okay, you can also lock out the flashlight, which is extremely important with such a power, and giving that this quite compact, and you can throw it into your pants pocket or jacket pocket. So 4 clicks from off will lock out the flashlight. 3 blinks of the indicator will give you the prompt that the flashlight is actually locked out, and as you can see, it will indicate when you press the switch. So 4 clicks will unlock the flashlight, and now you got it fully operational. You can unscrew it quite long enough and the flashlight still operates, as you can see. This is a little bit weird, but as you can see how much thread you have to show until the flashlight is locked out. So yeah, I would definitely suggest either locking it out by 4 clicking or removing the battery completely if you want to make sure that the flashlight does not operate accidentally in your backpack pocket or something like that. Alright, so let me show you the runtime graphs real quick. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Imalent MS03 6500K version turbo output runtime graph. This flashlight obviously steps down pretty quickly, but stays long enough in turbo output to call it an amazing performer for an output and size ratio. So as you can see, it starts at around 13,000 lumens, and over the first 15 seconds it steps down to around 11,000, then holds up it quite steadily, and only after 30 seconds it drops out significantly over the course of 15 seconds, and after 45 seconds, which is actually rated by the manufacturer, the step down has finished at around 1700 lumen levels, so pretty close to the rated specs of the manufacturer. So bear in mind that the flashlight did exceed 65 degrees during the test in the uncooled environment, so just as I told you, gloves may be needed. And this is the high output graph. Here, as you can see, we've got some quite significant drop for the first 15 seconds from 8000 lumens to around 6000 lumens, and then perfectly flat regulation for the next minute and 5 seconds. So only after 1 minute and 20 seconds it steps down from 5800 lumens again to around 2000, which in my test was 1700, and then it has again the flat runtime and brightness for around 70 minutes, and the flashlight body still again exceeded 65 degrees, so again gloves may be needed. And here is the middle two, so the third highest mode of the Imalent MS03. In theory, the 3000 lumen mode should not step down, but in my environment, in my test, it did. After almost 3 minutes, the step down occurred again to roughly 1700 lumens, and then over the course of next 70 minutes it remained almost flat. So here there was the highest measured temperature, 67.2 degrees Celsius, so pretty hot. Be careful with that. Okay guys, so pretty amazing flashlight, as you could see over the performance of the runtime graphs. Let's go to the forest and show you how it operates in the real life. Imalent MS03. This is the lowest output. Ultra low, low, medium, medium 2, high, and turbo. 13,000 lumens inside such a small flashlight. This is truly marvelous. Well, despite getting hot pretty rapidly, this is definitely A miracle of engineering at Imalent factory. Lowest output possible, and then you hit the switch 2 times. Boom! This is fucking awesome. This is true wow effect of this flashlight. And stepping down. And this is fully sustainable, 2000 lumens, mind you, in a flashlight. So small. This is truly amazing. So let's hit the turbo once again. Boom! Yeah, that's truly marvelous. And that's what I like in those stupid bright flashlights. Okay, let's sum it up. I'm very grateful for the Imalent to send me this amazing flashlight for review, and although I was skeptical for the first time when I saw this shallow reflectors, cool white LEDs, and this quite complicated UI that maybe not complicated but not as standard as I'm used to be after Unreal flashlights, right? And other manufacturers, this one is pretty weird in some sense, like 3 clicks for the lowest output and so on. Obviously I have some reservations and things I would like to improve in this flashlight, but overall this is definitely not a bad flashlight. I mean, this is well designed, well thought. First things first, I really did like what they did with the tint, because although this is cool white, you cannot see this clear rainbow over the whole beam, and I think this one, what they did really well was covering this LED corners and designing the reflector in that way that it actually pulls pretty much big amount of light into the hotspot and then to the sides. And I really like that this flooding effect, almost like a mule. So definitely a nice feature here. And I like that although I initially thought that the UI is lacking some shortcuts to the lowest output, it actually did have one. The indicator is a nice feature to show you where the flashlight and the switch actually is, because due to the construction you may miss it in the dark and mistake it with this protrusion here on the body, and I'm definitely amazed with the sheer performance of this flashlight. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice that I'm smiling right now, because who wouldn't? I mean, after clicking 2 times on the switch, the sheer banana face appears. So yeah, I think this this particular feature is the most fun of stupid bright flashlights like this Imalent. Although technically it is almost impossible to accommodate such power in this compact body, Imalent did it, and I think they did it well. So definitely recommending this one to you when you're looking for a quite compact but yet powerful hot rod for playing and showing off with your friends. Because let's face it, this is not your typical EDC flashlight that will give you some lower moonlight mode and nice flat sustainable regulation for lots of hours. This is definitely a 2,000 to 3,000 lumen flashlight with some outstanding burst of another high-end turbo mode to play off and quickly illuminate a large area for a short amount of time. So for this application, I think this Imalent is perfectly fine. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. As always guys, click the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because it helps the algorithm and will promote more videos of this channel in the future. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Hopefully the next Imalent MS03 coming soon. Stay safe.